Downloading data. Welcome to Digital Digest. Let's start.
Today's topic on Digital Digest is about the late and great Ryuichi Sakamoto, and as you can see in the title, it's about his music that he created for video games. Primer on Sakamoto, he rose to fame with the band YMO, also known as Yellow Magic Orchestra. Unexpectedly, they became a hit in Japan and were pioneers in the techno-pop sound. They were heavily inspired by Kraftwerk as well, and they had a successful run in the late 70s, early 1980s, up until their breakup, or more so they went their separate ways. He was known for his film scores and his music that he originally composed, but I feel like there is not much light on his video game music history, because yes, he has composed for films and things like that, but I was surprised to find out that Sakamoto also tapped into video games. Now I think about it, I should not be surprised that Sakamoto jumped into the world of video game music and video games, because heck, he was in Yellow Magic Orchestra, a band that practically, whether you knew or not, directly or indirectly influenced composers. He only composed for 4 games, one of them that I know being Lack of Love, in which he was also the scenario writer for the game that tackled environmental issues. Ryuichi also composed the Dreamcast startup sound, which is very on brand for him because he always tried out and experimented with ambient music in his work. Now, the very first song he composed for a video game, the video game is called Tengai Makyo Ziria, also known as Far East of Eden Ziria, and it's a 1989 role-playing video game published by Hudson Soft on the PC Engine, and follows a plot on the legend of Ziria. I think he just contributed one song, and this song is from his Beauty album, and it's called A Pile of Time. So I just think they licensed the rights to use this song and put it in the game. But nonetheless, the fact this is the opening music for this RPG, it's so cool. And of course, the album was also released in 1989, so hey. The first time his music is featured in a video game, and it's a popular RPG series in Japan. Awesome. Now his next foray into video game music would be Lack of Love, a very obscure game released for the Dreamcast in 2000. And unfortunately, due to, I guess, its very abstract presentation and probably other factors as well, it just didn't click with the audience back then, and it didn't sell that well in Japan. Despite this, the musical numbers in this game are beautiful. Its atmospheric soundscapes, unnerving rhythms and drum beats at times, but it's pretty much everything that you'd expect from Sakamoto, but in a video game music flair. At the same time, it's a roller coaster of emotions, and I appreciate that there is this journey throughout the songs in the game. I have not played the game, but hearing the music, it's just beautifully written. This seems like some serious stuff. Like, there are some songs that have such tension. Dream is one of my favorite tracks on there. Very lush, very relaxing. It's like some bedtime music, man. I love it. It's beautiful. But that was his second foray into video game music. Very obscure. It's pretty much a collector's item, and it was only released in Japan. But what we do have is the music, and that lives on. If you're into ambient music, check it out. It's actually a nice listen. Another interesting game is 7 Samurai 20XX, and it seems to be based on the film, I suppose. He composed the music for the opening and ending themes only. And I dig it. The opening theme seems to have like this break beat, but also Japanese inspired percussion with these flutes. The ending theme is quite somber, nice way to close out the game. I don't know if he composed the entire soundtrack, but but it seems to imply that when his name is only there for composer. So that I found interesting. But other than that, seems to be another forgotten and obscure game, but hey. The last song Sakamoto would compose for a video game would be for Dawn of Mana, also known in Japanese as Seiken Densetsu 4. He composed the opening and ending theme. Pieces that make you reminisce on your past life. It feels that way anyway when I listen to it. His amazing piano work is displayed here, and it's such a nice end to his video game music explorations. Why he didn't go back to video game music, I don't know. Maybe he had other things he wanted to focus on. But that was his brief run in composing for video games. He went from just licensing a song from one of his albums onto a video game to actually being involved with not only the composition, but being a scenario writer. That I found quite interesting, the fact that he was able to put that hat on as well. To me, he hasn't really disappointed in this regard. I think all of his works that he has composed for these games are of top-notch quality and really capture the feelings and emotions. He had such a knack for doing that. Sakamoto lives on through his music. To see this evolution, not only in just that, but in video game music, it's impressive, and I think it's something that shouldn't be forgotten.
I have been thinking about what music is for a long time, like maybe a half a century now. I'm still thinking and asking myself what the music is. Of course, nobody has an answer, or maybe each one has its own answer right now.
That was my brief look into Sakamoto's video game music legacy. Of course, I did go over these songs briefly, but check them out and let me know what you think. If you're interested in this stuff, be sure to share, subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. And that was Digital Digest. Out.